Welcome back to another video, everybody. My name is Simple Banana, and I'm going to be starting a new series on my channel called Tarky For Dummies. I'll be teaching you the basics such as guns, which ammo to use for those guns, using medical supplies, and which type of medical supplies are better than the other, how to make money, learn extracts, go into depth with fast leveling and XP grinding. If you guys do like this first episode on this new series, please leave a like and comment down below on which basics you want me to do next. Today we're going to be starting with medical supplies. Medical supplies are one of the easiest things to get a hold of in Tarkov, so let's move over to my stash and let's see what the best medical supplies are and which ones are used for which. To the stash, I have a multitude of different types of medical supplies, ranging from healing limbs like the Salewa, for instance. Then we have over here things that cure bleeds, fractures, light and heavy bleeds actually. Then we have stimulants that can do many things to improve your chances of living through a fight, like the Propidol, Zagustin, SJ6, and Mules, which are your four most important stimulants in my opinion. Next we have painkillers that can ease the pain for your PMC for a small period of time, like breaking a leg, anything like that. And then lastly we have the Survival 12 kit and the CMS kit. These both are surgical kits that can reattach limbs, but I'll get into that later in the video. So firstly we are going to take a look at your PMC's health. Altogether, your PMC has 440 health, your head has 35, your thorax has 85, both your right and left arm have 60, stomach has 70, and your right and left leg have 65. So, keeping these anywhere above in the green level, basically, or in the gray level for that matter, whichever color you have your PMC up in the right corner, is good. So firstly, we're going to move over to the med kits. So let's take a look at the med kits. So what I'm assuming and what I'm guessing is you're looking at your stash for the first time, or maybe you're just confused or not sure what to use. So first we'll start with the AI2. The AI2 is a common med kit that you will see up around Tarkov. It does have 100 HP in it, so which means that you can cure 100 or give back 100 HP for that matter to your PMC altogether with this just one med kit. This is a single slot med kit. If you do decide to use this, I recommend that you bring in 2 or 3 just in case that you end up getting into a fight and you don't have any extra medical supplies on you in your secure container or on your person, such as a car or IFAK or a Salewa. So this is the first med kit that you're going to run into. On to the next one. This is the car med kit. This carries 200 HP, but the difference between the AI and the car is that this one also cures light bleeds. But now that you can see down here, it does take 50 HP away from the 220 HP that the car medkit has to cure your light bleeds. So just be careful and be considerate of how you're using your medkits on bleeds such as heavy and light, because on to the next one, the IFAK. This one is a step up from the car, which this one has 300 HP, but also you can use it for light bleeds, but also you can use it for heavy bleeds. Now heavy bleeds are always going to cost more on medkits over light bleeds. As you can see, this one, the IFAK, throws up 30 HP for light bleeds, but 210 for heavy bleeds. Heavy bleeds are more scarier to deal with than light bleeds because you start bleeding out a lot more faster, a lot more HP is being lost at a time when you do have a heavy bleed. So let's move over to the Salewa, which is my preferred med kit. The reason why it is my preferred med kit is that there are actually 2 med kits that do carry 400 HP. One is the Salewa, and then the other one is the AFAK. Both contain 400 HP. Both have the same amount of uses for heavy and light bleeds, but the difference between them really only comes down to preference. But when you are using the Salewa, it is a lot more quiet. It is a lot more useful when you're hiding from, say, like a PMC or a scav over the AFAC. The AFAC makes more of a louder zipper noise when the PMC uses it. And finally, for medkits, we have the Grizzly medkit, which does have 1800 HP on it. I don't personally use this because it does take up 4 slots, and if you're going to keybind it, you're going to have to use a bigger rig, such as this Blackrock right here. It has a 2x2 slot, but the difference between the Grizzly over the Salewa, just more than the HP, is that it does cure fractures. Fractures are a big thing as well too, which I'll be getting into a little bit later, but this one does also offer a cure for light and heavy bleeds. It is a bit louder too, as well as the same thing with the AFAC. It does have a louder zipper noise when you do use it, so if PMCs are looking for you or player scavs are looking for you, they will notice you more quicker if you're using a Grizzly or an IFAC for that matter too, or an AFAC. Alright, so let's move over to the single use or multiple use medkits, or medical supplies for that matter. So firstly, you have the Esmarch tourniquet, or the fruit roll up, other people call it. This one is used as a heavy bleed. It is single use. There is another one called the cat tourniquet as well too. It has the exact same use. This is only used for heavy bleeds. And then you have the Calic hemostat applicator, which has 3 uses rather than 1. So if you have multiple heavy bleeds, you can use this one, or use the Calic over the Esmarch. I preferably use the Calic for the obvious implication of it having 3 HP. On to the next one. The next one is the aesthetic bandage, which is a single use to stop light bleeds. I don't really use bandages too often. I mean, using different types of medical supplies, it really always comes down to preference. I do not use them. I actually use my Salewa for HP rebuilding and for light bleeds. I never use it for heavy bleeds, but there is a single use and a 2 out of 2 use for the aesthetic bandage. Next is the splint and the aluminum splint. Both do the exact same thing. Sorry, cut that out. Next we have the splint and the aluminum splint. Both do the exact same thing. They remove fractures. The only difference between these two is just the uses of them, the single use splint or the 5 out of 5 use splint. Okay, so now we are going to move over to painkillers. So painkillers are self-explanatory. You have 4 different types of painkillers. You have these ones, which have multiple uses in them. I'm going to start with the Vaseline. Vaseline has 6 uses. It does kill 9 of your energy, as you can see on the information board. It lasts for 300 seconds. Oh my god. The Vaseline lasts for 300 seconds. I don't use it personally, but onto the next one, which is the Golden Star. The Golden Star has 10 uses, which lasts for 350 seconds. And as you can see, there is a radiation exposure, which is not in the game, so you don't have to worry about that. But it does kill 19 of your energy, but does recover hydration and energy over time for 5 seconds. And then lastly, we have the ibuprofen, which everybody knows what ibuprofen is, but it has 15 out of 15 use, lasts for 280 seconds, and it does knock down 17 hydration as well. My preferred use painkiller is Golden Star. I just want to re-say that, just for the matter of it does like I did say, give you back energy and hydration. Okay, so on to the next. We are going to look at stimulants. Stimulants in the game are a bit more in-depth, but I will show you the most important ones. So firstly, we have the Propital, which in my opinion is the best stim in the game. It doubles as a painkiller, which lasts for 240 seconds and regains your health over 300 seconds. So this is best used in the middle of a fight when, say, like your arm gets shot off or your leg gets shot off and you start limping. So you'll have to use a quick painkiller. I always have this hotbarred into me, as you can see down here. Next, one of the most important stimulants, in my opinion, is the mule. This one is for the mule increases your weight limit by 50%, which means in simple terms that if you kill somebody and you're taking their stuff, their shit, and you're carrying their armor and their guns, you're gonna weight more because of inertia. So pop a mule and it'll increase your weight limit. You'll be able to run, but in return, it'll start slightly picking off your health, so using a Propital alongside with the mule is a pretty smart idea. You won't go wrong with these two combined. Just be careful. You'll be more vulnerable to getting shot because you'll be losing health over time. So on to the next one, which is the SJ6. The SJ6 offers an increase to your stamina by 30, lasts for 240 seconds. And it also gives you faster stamina recovery, which also lasts for 240 seconds. It is good for large maps like Shoreline when you want to beeline to Resort, or anywhere where you're running long distances and you need to get there at the start of raid. Lastly, we'll be looking at the Zagustin, which the Zagustin is another important stimulant. It stops bleeds both light and heavy for 180 seconds, but it does give you drawbacks such as hydration recovery and gives you hand tremors, and which I do have to add, there are always negative effects to stimulants. Will it be hydration recovery, energy recovery, tremors, or side effects with killing your health off? Those are very important to watch out, so make sure you read into every stimulant that you grab or that you use, or before you use it. Finally, onto the last part of the video, we are going to look at the surgical kits. So surgical kits are also very important to keep in your secure container. We have two here, which one is a 1x2 and then the other one is a 1x3. The CMS kit offers a faster use rate, but it does kill off more HP when you do put, say, like your stomach, arms, or legs back on. The Serve kit has 10 more uses than the CMS kit does. It is slower in use, but it also does give you more health back when you put your arms, legs, or stomach back on. And if your arm or legs are broken, it could double use as well to cure fractures and the blackened limb. Excuse me. So now that we're at the end of the video, you may have been hit with a lot of information, but it is important to know all these things when you get into sticky situations, like fighting or accidental breaks or anything crazy. Anything can happen in Tarkov. So, but if you didn't know what to do, you do now. If you liked the video, please consider dropping a sub, like, and a comment. I will be making more videos like this in the future. This may seem that I did stutter a lot or whatever, but I'm working on my commentary. I really, really do love this game. It is one of my favorite games ever out there, for that matter. And I do appreciate any sort of love appreciate the love and support and everything like that. But it's been real. Simple Banana out. Peace.